Hello everyone, my name is Ned Finn. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the stream. It's been a while, but we've got everything set back up now. Hello Born Loser, hello Big Country. Glad to see the both of you in chat. Look, I've got my mic on a proper stand now, rather than the crappy one that the mic came with. How is... Oh gosh. Video quality could be better. Let's see if actually closing these blinds is going to improve the lighting on my face at all. Is that doing anything for me? A little bit, maybe? Ugh, I don't know. On a new internet connection now, so the connection might be not as stellar. Also, I'm drinking from this bottle because I don't know where my usual drinking vessel has come from. And okay, fine, boo all you want, Biggs. I'm still gonna be doing some Stellaris today. This is gonna be a shorter stream. It's gonna be just from now until 5:30, maybe push to like 5:45, 5:40. What we're gonna be doing today is mostly like a tech test to make sure that that streaming is even viable on this connection. If it's not, I might try it out on a wired connection, see if that improves anything for Tuesday's stream. And if that doesn't work, I'll probably just go back to producing regular videos, honestly. Thank you, Born Loser. I do appreciate the support. Like, so far the video feed seems okay. We'll see how this goes, folks. We might end up doing something a little bit different in the coming days, because we are outside of the bountiful realms of AT&T Fiber. At the very least, I am also recording today's stream, so if I end up needing... Excuse me. If I end up needing to upload like a better looking version of this, I can. So, without further ado, let's do a new game. And today's going to mostly be focused on getting our empire and our species set up. Oh gosh. Yeah, so I have all of the most important DLCs except for the... What is it? Nemesis. I do not own the Nemesis DLC, which is the newest big expansion pack. But whatever. I've shown off these before. I think this is actually the empire that I made as an example during the last time I streamed Stellaris. But we're going to create a new empire. What kind of species should we go? Oh, I like this dude. This dude's eyes distress me greatly. But ooh, goodness. But I like this little dude. Like him an awful lot. Go with these dudes, but you know. Yeah. As ugly as possible. Gotcha. Yeah, this dude has some pretty powerful duck energy to him. Ugliest as we could possibly go. I mean, mammalian, it's almost certainly this dude, right? This weird, ghoulish-looking fella. He's got a bit of the old, like, deep-sea fish look about him. We got a request for ducks from Born Loser. All right, I can work with duck people. I mean, we could also play as, mushrooms. That's always an option. No, ducks works for me. Or I guess technically a platypus because it's a mammalian. Whatever. There you go. How's the video feed looking? Oh gosh, it's looking pretty rough, huh? Ugh. I don't know about this, y'all. I don't know. Obviously, the finish. Actually, just fin? Yeah, there we go. Fins, and then finish. Descendants of Howard the Duck. I don't know if that's actually how you spell descendants, but it's fine. Let's... I mean, I think that the humans have the best names, frankly. So let's go for the Roman name pack, the SPQR. FSS for Finnish, or for Finn Starship. Okay, what do we want our traits to be here, folks? We have 2 trait points. We can increase that number by taking negative traits, and we can pick a total of 3 or 5 traits for now. So we could do like charismatic, or weak, or unruly, or docile. Empire Sprawl from Pops. Honestly, that seems kind of useful. Could do intelligent, which increases our research output. We could do thrifty, natural engineers, physicists, or sociologists, which gives you a benefit in jobs that produce those research types. Extremely adaptive, which will improve their habitability. Honestly, adaptability might be kind of what we're going for, because that would allow us to spread more quickly to other planets. Growth from immigration. I kind of like that idea. Let's go extremely adaptive. Why not? Maybe not extremely adaptive, just adaptive. Unruly. Sedentary. Population growth from immigration goes down, resettlement costs. I'm not planning on doing a bunch of resettlement, though. So sedentary should be okay. And then rapid breeders is really valuable. We need one more. Weak. Solitary. We could do deviance. Decreases the governing ethics attraction, but that's okay. What kind of planet do we want to be on, y'all? Obviously. Finland. Star name is Finn. Ooh. Now there's an interesting idea. We could be like void dwellers, or start on a shattered ring. But I don't think we're going to do that. Let's do a random unary star. We'll do a Savannah world. I mean, I feel like Finland is probably like, you know, maybe not a tundra world, but like an alpine world. That seems pretty on point. Gosh, the video quality is really not where I would want it to be. Ugh. Okay, so Finland, alpine world around the star called Finn. You can just go with a, let's go with a reptilian city, yeah? I like that kind of blocky design. Yeah. So the type of world that you start on determines the sorts of planets that your species is most easily able to colonize later on. So like since we're going to be starting in an alpine world, that would allow us to more easily colonize other types of frozen worlds, and it'll make it really hard to colonize dry worlds with our stock species. But I don't think there's any particular traits that the worlds have as a result of the type of world that they are. They might. If there are, I'm not familiar. We could do something really fucking wild, like Void Dwellers, or Galactic Doorstep isn't a terrible start. Where's Giants? Start with an archaeological site related to a mysterious benefactor in your home system. Hegemon. Immediate alien neighbors. Gradually, over the span of a century, they masterminded the birth of an interstellar union. Started as the leaders of a hegemony federation with 2 additional members. Habitable worlds. Interesting. Against empire with this species. Spawn somewhere else in the galaxy. Resource consolidation. Start with a machine world. Start off as the scion of a fallen empire, which is a really interesting start. But let's be basic bitches. Let's just go with prosperous unification. Structure to build more. I mean, we could honestly, Born Loser, we could split the difference and have an oligarchy, which does allow for elections, but the elections are entirely under the control of, like, the entrenched political establishment. Let's do prosperous unification. Yeah, hold an election every 20 years. Faction influence gain 15%. Democratic societies hold elections every 10 years to select a new ruler. We could be dictatorial, which holds an election upon the ruler death to select a new ruler. Be imperial, which is bloodlines. And then hive mind and machine intelligence, which are the 2 Gestalt consciousnesses. But we're not going to do that. Unless y'all really want me to. We could do a machine intelligence, or probably more likely a hive mind, since we're organics. But that's for the Gestalt consciousness. So let's split the difference and be oligarchic. Born Loser, what sort of empire, what ethics do you think we should be rolling with? Or Biggs, I want you to be able to you know, weigh in as well. Okay, gotcha. We could be militarist, which I think I know which one Born Loser is going to want. Xenophobe, egalitarian, materialist, pacifist, xenophile, authoritarian, and spiritualist, and then the fanatic versions of each. Gestalt consciousness uses up 3 ethics points. The regular versions of each of these ethics takes up 1 point, and then the fanatic takes up 2. By the way, folks, I know it might be difficult to tell because of the dreadful video quality right now, but I did get new glasses. We could be like weirdo pacifist authoritarians. That's an option. War heavier spiritualist. Blech. I mean, okay. The spiritualists do get extra unity, which can actually be very useful. So let's go for fanatic spiritualists and militarists. Yeah. So our empire is a theocratic oligarchy. Sorry, I was just playing around with the settings for a moment there. Yeah, so we're going to be a theocratic oligarchy. So, no, religion doesn't play a part in the game in the same way that it does in, like, Civ, for instance. Being a spiritualist used to really suck because you couldn't use AI, so you couldn't build any kind of robots. Now, like, it affects your relationship with other empires. Like, obviously, a fanatic spiritualist society is going to not get along that well with a materialist society. But it'll more affect kind of what we can get in terms of our civics and sort of effects on technology, that sort of thing. Citizen service, oh gosh. I'm not used to having my mic this close to my mouth. I like it, and I hope that I hope that my audio levels are not too loud with this being so close to my face. What do we want to do? Do some administrative jobs with nobles. Oh, yeah. I mean, all types of ethics can affect your diplomacy, right? It just affects how you interact with other empires. Honestly, efficient bureaucracy is probably a pretty good idea if we want to be kind of expansionist. Honestly, environmentalist is also a pretty good start because if you let it, your need for your empire's hunger for consumer goods gets kind of out of hand, or can.
Thinking machines are an affront to nature. These profane constructs must never be allowed to. Oh, wait.
See what I mean?
I serve the faithful. There is no greater calling.
Okay, yeah. So we'll have that for our advisor. Empire name. The Finnish Consolidated Worlds. Finish. Alright, let's make a stupid flag, yeah? Now that's a fucking flag right there. Domination. human. Bleh. The Legion. Ornate. We could go with an ornate. Flag. See something like really offensive looking. Now the black and red and black is too fashy for my tastes. There we go. Lovely. Ooh. Oh, look at that. They added in. Oh, that's neat. Okay, so what kind of ships do we want? Jesus, the Juggernaut looks cool as hell. Okay. Oh, I like how our everything's purple because of that's their flag color. That's cool. We could do avian. Did they remake the avian ships? I don't remember the avian ships looking like that before. The molluscoid, honestly, that looks pretty badass, but I quite like the fungoid, I think. Honestly, the fungoid looks pretty avian as well. Arthropoid is just kind of boring. You know what? I think I really like the molluscoid ships, actually. Let's do that. That's cool. Looks cool as hell. Okay, finished Consolidated Worlds. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I'm already, like, completely over this Latin thing. So let's just go for... Let's just do the human... UNE humans. Yeah. Yeah. Because those are the ones that are going to be the easiest for me to pronounce, right? Here's ruler. Okay. Ayumame Nishimura? Mercedes Lopez. That's it, Mercedes Lopez, if ever I saw one. Okay, cool. I think... Alright, what should our ruler title be? Like, it could be president or king or overlord or whatever. I'm going to go with president, I think. Prime minister. Let's go with prime minister. That sounds about right. That's beautiful. Howard Mercedes Lopez. Let's make it official. Prime Howard. Great minds think alike. Born loser. Truly do. All right. We have Prime Howard Mercedes Lopez. Love it. Adaptive, sedentary, rapid breeders, deviants, fanatic spiritualists, and militarists, environmentalists, and with an effective and efficient bureaucracy. Let's save these bad boys. Let's not get crazy. Let's do a small galaxy. We're going to enable Iron Man mode because I'm I'm competent enough at this game. Let's just do the regular stuff and let's gonna move on, shall we? Okay. Let's begin. Let's see how bad the game looks on stream, shall we? And now you guys get to see why I moved my camera, or not my camera, but like my face cam over in the window so that you can see the outliner. Alright, let's see here. Oh gosh, yep, that looks about as pants as I thought it would. Boy. Oh boy. Alright, if you say so. Alright, let's start with our tech. Let's just do the basic shit. Let's just get our quantum theory, biodiversity studies, and nanomechanics out of the way. I know it's boring, but it doesn't take that long in the grand scheme of things. Okay, we have like... Alright. Duly noted. I'm going to see if I can solve this with a wired connection on Tuesday. But we'll have to see. I don't know. Who knows? Okay, so we have Finland. We might make it like past the first year of in-game time, but this is going to really start in earnest on Tuesday. We have a couple building slots free. We don't have a shit ton of minerals, though, so we might hold off on construction for now. We've got... What do we need? Let's go ahead and build a mining station around this. Look at that! Got some potentially habitable worlds nearby. What's uh-oh? Born loser. We have a fuzziness spike. I would presume. I don't know. I'll upload the full stream, like a good looking version of the stream. Probably tonight, actually. Froze up briefly. I gotcha. Hockey dokie.
Construction complete.
Okay, I'm so not used to that AI advisor voice, but okay, thank you for letting me know. Station there. Oh. Have mining stations always been that cheap? Did they release a patch? I don't know. Ooh, the Cybrex. We've just covered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Titan 5, or Teom 5. Incredibly, this civilization, which apparently referred to itself as the Cybrex, seems to be made up of machines that were linked together in some sort of collective consciousness. The age of the artifacts indicates that they were active some 600,000 years ago. Okay. So right now I am building mining and research stations around worlds within my home system. I already have some stations, like on La Isabella and New Jamestown. They already have stations around them, as does asteroid W112-11-F and New Troy. But Spring and Nueva Sonora, for instance, did not. So we're going to build those up. When we get a little bit more resources, we're going to start building up... it's wise to be cautious. We're going to start building up Finland with districts and also specific buildings. And with the FSS Equinox, we are currently doing some exploration. We're going to survey these systems, which will allow us to build star bases in them and start exploiting them for resources as well. We're less than a year into this game so far. It is... I guess, October the 2nd, 2200. So, all cushty. And we should have... Yeah, we've got the FSS Shenandoah, which is another
Construction complete.
Construction ship. So we're going to send that over to Tiom, and once the survey is done, which will take a little bit, we're going to build our first starbase to expand our borders. And what we're really looking for is... what's the name of this planet? Yerba? Yeah, so Yerba 3 is an alpine world, and it's a size 24, which is phenomenal. That's just good luck right there. Let's see here. Let's do expansion. Yeah. If we're lucky, we'll actually be able to get colonization fever before we colonize our first world, which will give us a bonus pop when we settle. If we're lucky, we should have our first colony within maybe even the first 5 years, honestly, which would be super fucking cool. We need to save up a little bit more alloys and food. Well, no, I guess the food is fine. We need to save up alloys to build a colony ship, which I guess we'll actually be able to do next month. We'll have that on standby, maybe even send it into Yerba once we get a science ship in there, make sure there's nothing hostile up in there. Yeah. All right, let's build our colony ship with our fins. So yeah, man, a size 24 habitable world that's like your species' preferred environment. Whew, that's a good one right there, let me tell you. Speed things up just a little bit, because we're not doing a ton, except I am going to send this dude, build around Nueva Sonora.
Anomaly found.
No, we're not touching that. Far too much time that would take. We're going to leave that be for now. Ugh.
System survey complete.
Okay. So see, we just completed our survey of Tiom, so we get to start building our starbase there now. And then once that's done, I'm going to send this construction ship over to Yerba and start...
Construction complete.
Well, I'll have it on standby to build a starbase there. These outposts are nothing special, but we can upgrade them into proper starbases, like the one around Finn, which will allow us to like build shipyards and anchorages and stuff like that. But we have a set number of those that we can have in our empire. Right now we're capped at 3. I think we can go over that, but that'll impose penalties. Which, that's an important thing to recognize, that a lot of limits in this game are... Oh, I'm sure. Born Loser. I know that, I think Sins of a Solar Empire is supposed to have a really good Star Trek mod on it. But this game gets pretty Star Trek without too much effort. Yeah, let's do that. There's no real reason to not do the Habitable World survey. This is gained a trait. Oh, they've gained the Stubborn trait. Fine. I mean, that's unfortunate, but it's manageable.
System survey complete.
Hey, look at that. So we're going to send this, the FSS Mozambique, which is one of our colony ships. We're going to send that on to the Yerba system. Look at that chunky boy. All of its environs.
Construction complete.
Now we're going to start building mining stations. I swear the mining stations are cheaper than they used to be. actually colonize, shall we? Yeah, fuck it. Yerba Prime, why not? So, yeah, 90% habitability. That's nice. Let's do a new life. That'll increase our population growth speed. Mm-hmm. All right, so... Okay, the planet colonization will be complete at approximately, that'd be July 1st, 2205. So in a little over 2 years, colonization will be complete. It's understandable. We're going to be in the process of moving about 1 billion people over there, so makes a certain amount of sense. We currently have an empire size of about 17.5 billion, which sounds about right for 2203. It's a game where the first real... No, I messed around a little bit with Crusader Kings 2, but I think that Stellaris is probably the most approachable grand strategy game that Paradox has made, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. I'm starting to get a little bit hungry. I don't know what we're making for dinner. We might just have leftover carbonara. I don't know. That is done. Let's just go and our research and mining stations. I will say this is the first grand strategy game that I kind of like really started to figure out.
System survey complete.
I'll tell you what, this game has so much freaking cool sci-fi stuff jam-packed into it. I freaking love it. It's a great game. So that's a tomb world right there, which is a world that has been just devastated by nuclear hellfire. I mean, you can see it's a mess. It's not completely uninhabitable. Like, it still has an atmosphere intact, which is crucial. But no kind of stock life, almost no stock life forms are going to be able to get into this. We could create eventually a subspecies with the right technology capable of inhabiting this, or more likely we could send robots. I'm not sure if our fanatic spiritualist beliefs will actually allow us to create synths, though. So maybe not. I think also Stellaris puts you in a more familiar sort of environment. Like in Crusader Kings, you're actually in charge of like a dynasty of like a specific group of people. In Stellaris, you're occupying the same sort of role that you are in like Civ, which is to say not a specific role. You're like the entrenched Politburo, basically. Like you represent the political will of the Empire. The FSS Colorado. Can we make our frickin' research stations? What? Oh, he's still... Okay, gotcha. What's the Colorado do? Okay, I gotcha. Well, build those mining stations then. See if I feckin' care. And let's build a mining district. Those are all of our chief scientists leveling up there. Our contacts list, we have not encountered any other empires, so this is just us. But this is where we will get to see like our power level compared to everyone else. Oh yeah, Stellaris goes deep. It really does. Let's just finish out the expansion tree. And we'll probably do something boring like scientific ascension for our first, what do you call them? Ascension perks. What is it called? Technological Ascendancy, I think.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Yeah. New research. Okay, so we just finished nanomechanics. Let's do assembly patterns. Gosh, 105 months is an awful lot of time, though. But that's okay. We should start thinking now, honestly, about what kind of ascension path we want to take. Because we could do... We could do a kind of psionic ascension, but we need to find specific scientists that'll make that work who can start doing that kind of research. But you can do like mind over matter and transcendence. We can go like the genetic route with engineered evolution and then evolutionary mastery, which will allow us to really customize our own genetics. And then we have the synthetic route, which is the flesh is weak, and then synthetic evolution, which basically lets us do like heavy, like cybernetic modification to our species, and then eventually like full transphinism? Yeah, there you go. Until Civ 6 expansions came out. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, there's a lot of room for immersive roleplay in Stellaris. It's telling a narrative, and that's I mean, y'all know me. That's what I like to see in a game. Features, here we go. Let's clean up the sprawling slums. That'll free up a whole population unit, which is nice. I'm going to be referring a fair amount to Empire population over the course of this game. My general assumption is that each of these pops represents about 500,000 people, or 500 million, rather. So right now our population is right at about 17 billion. Yeah, let's research that. 100 days is not a huge amount of time. Yes. And it'll feel even more like building up an empire once we start interacting with other empires, because right now we're teeny tiny. Desert world and a tomb world. This desert world's not much more habitable to us than the frickin' tomb world is. What's the Shenandoah doing? Nothing. It's doing fucking nothing. Let's build ourselves another science ship. I love the fact that science ship is the Marco Polo class. That's pretty cool.
Have claimed a new world.
Oh, yeah. Well, you gotta think. Yerba Prime has been... Cool. Just got that colonized. We can't start building city districts. Damn it. Okay. Let's build a mining district, because I want to get this frickin' mineral situation sorted out. And actually, let's start doing... I don't know who we're trading with, because we've not met anyone else, but let's go ahead and add a monthly trade. Just because, we have a fair amount of energy credits stored up. We need minerals to start really building up. Diplomacy, I'd say, works pretty well in Stellaris. Blinding Fate. The irradiated fragments of the FSS Equinox crew registered in close orbit. Extracted some data from the ship's damaged computers, recorded in an alien language like nothing we've ever seen before, and we're unable to translate it. Saying the remained science officer, Dai Hu, postulates that the craft is the Kotalo suffered a navigational error when exiting FTL, bringing it too close to the gamma ray jets. Both are... A large portion of the ship were stripped apart. Radiolysis. There are no survivors. That's unfortunate. Did we lose a fucking science ship? No, we just lost some of the crew. I mean, that's not great. But it's not the end of the world either. Yeah. But yeah, so, I mean, we'll kind of cross the diplomacy bridge when we come to it. There's a fair amount, and there's actually more since the Federation expansion came out, and Nemesis as well added more diplomacy stuff. Like, you can set up embassies, you can send spies. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. As of right now, as far as the Finns are concerned, we're alone in the galaxy in terms of actual, active, present civilizations. Now let's research that. We have no evidence that there are any other existing empires in this galaxy. Have we found life? Yes. We have found lots of life. We have found all kinds of desert-dwelling life forms on Tiom 2. Of course, we've found a very good habitable environment on Yerba Prime, but other sentient life capable of any kind of civilization, much less the level of technology that we've achieved, our government has no evidence that such life exists. Now, does that mean that we should assume that we're alone in the galaxy? No. Just that it would be unreasonable to go into space with this assumption that we're just bound to run into someone else. Just because we did it, and just because the Cybrex did it 500,000 years ago, doesn't mean that it's inevitable. Let's do planetary unification. That monthly unity boost will be really nice. Were there other technologies that would have been nice? Yeah. Climate control network, genome mapping. But we can pick up genome mapping later. The monthly unity is a really good thing. How's our Prime Howard doing? 47. Female. Mercedes Lopez. Who will remain in power until 2220, when the next elections happen. Selective nostalgia. Massive crater on Bolthor 1A appears to be the result of a collision with a starship. So the crater, we suspect that a ship existing exiting a hyperlane at maximum velocity rammed the moon for reasons unknown roughly 10,000 years ago. The FSS Equinox has picked up residual subspace echoes near the crash site reminiscent of collapsed hyperparticulate field. Cannot be verified. Okay, cool. So yeah, so this is neat. Because we have an oligarchy, there aren't campaign promises. You just have a straight agenda, which gives you a bonus depending upon what the agenda is. So we have selective nostalgia, which is Prime Howard Lopez's agenda, which gives us bonus unity from our jobs. The way that campaign promises work for democracies is you have 10 years, you have a presidential term or whatever. You have a leadership term to accomplish specific goals, and if you do, you get a big boost of unity. But you know what? It is 5:32. We've already colonized a planet, which is fucking great. It's not even the first decade has passed yet. Folks, that's going to do it for me. I hope this was enjoyable. I hope that the new setup is working out well. I really like having the mic here. Yeah, I'll be joining you again or you'll be joining me, I guess, on Tuesday, next Tuesday, for more Stellaris. But until then, thank you all very much for watching. I am Ned Finn, and goodbye.